What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry about the confusion before. I gave you the Hangout link and I wasn't supposed to. So if you're still on that Hangout, you're in the wrong spot. If you're here with me live, welcome. I got convinced today, he can come in if he wants, to buy a Mac by old Shiv in the back. You can barely see him. It's pretty dark in here. So if I'm clunky on the old Mac, it's Shiv's fault.
Oh, thanks.
You got it. So if you guys can hear me all right, again, I'm not using a microphone like normal. I'm just using the Mac microphone that Shiv told me is so great.
Oh, you're really throwing this whole thing on me.
So if you can hear me all right, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me something in the chat box. I got another screen over here that I can look at. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to talk about how to not fail at this business model. And obviously that's a very, it's a very vague statement. I mean, I can't necessarily teach you in one Hangout how to not fail because there's lots of ways to fail. But I think what we can do is start at the very beginning of where you guys should be started. It's going to be at the very beginning of 3.0. So you're kind of getting sneak peeks to 3.0 because it's what I'm working on all day long as I'm building this stuff out for you guys. And so these are kind of little sneak peeks to it. Amazing word. Okay, cool. Good. So without further ado, I want to kind of walk you through some of the stuff we're working on and some of the tools that we've been creating for you guys so that you guys can start planning your business a little bit smarter. There's a lot of smart people in job killing, and most of those people know when you start a business, you have to have some sort of a business plan in place. We've kind of laid out for you guys the how-to on how to do everything, how to do SEO, how to build a website, how to do citations, how to do backlinks, all the stuff that we've laid out for the more mechanical, technical application standpoint. But what we didn't do a great job at doing the first and second time through job killing was giving you guys maybe a greater, more macro type of a view of your business. I see people, and you guys see this, this will replace the dial and call, yeah. I see people every day in job killing like, oh, I've been in this for 2 months and I haven't landed a deal. I'm ready to quit. And it's like, well, that's the easiest way to fail is to quit. So that'd be my first brain buster for you. But better than that, I'm gonna go over and share my screen with you guys real quick and start walking you guys through what I want you guys to be doing for yourself and how you're gonna start planning out 2017 and going forward and getting a little bit more scientific about your daily actions, the things that you're doing to be successful. Okay, so hang tight. Let me get my screen share on. All right, this looks very familiar to you guys. We're using a lot of this stuff, obviously, in this new training. You guys can all see my screen fine? Let me know, just so I'm gonna make sure I'm in screen share mode. We're good? Super lag here. You guys can see the screen all right for me? Can you see the screen all right, Shiv?
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Okay, good. Sorry, a little slow. Okay, so what I want to show you guys here is I want you guys to start kind of predicting your future a little bit in not only income, but how little it really takes in this business to be successful. I want you first to think about, and if you have a pen and paper handy, I want you to go ahead and write down what either your household income is or what your personal income is that you're trying to either replace or subsidize or what have you. Okay, then what you'll do is, and I'll give you guys links to all this stuff, okay? What I want you to do is you can type in your current number of clients. If you have 0, just type in 0. If you have more than that, then do that. And then we're gonna move over to average client value. Now, I think it's neat that a lot of our students in job killing clients range between $750 to $1,000 per month, but I also want to build this model with you guys to kind of show you that even if you're only half as good as average clients, that you guys can be unstoppable. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a $400 a month average client, which I think we can all agree after you guys have seen the lead value calculator that we did last week that we shouldn't really be having $400 a month clients. That's very, very on the low end. But let's face it, getting a $400 client, it does exist. And for you guys, it might, in the beginning, it might exist. I think oftentimes people are pitching way too high when they're first getting into any sort of new space because they see what everyone else is doing. And I want you guys to see that even having half as good of clients as maybe people that have been around JK for a little bit longer can still really pay the bills. So I always ask people, how many clients do they think they can get a month? And everyone always says between 4 and 5, but I'm going to just use the number 1. So this is basically you landing 1 client a month. Okay. And then this is your costs, right? We look at some of the things that we do in this business, like, I got to have, Weebly, and I got to have some influence set up. Okay. And you have some costs associated with that. So if you add those things up and you start getting a better idea of what each client you're spending on, if you spend $500 a year on influence and you spend $170 on Weebly and you spend, $96 on, or whatever, $170 on CallSling and $96 on Weebly, whatever those numbers are, you can fire that in here, divide it by 12. And let's say you're paying $60 a month in overhead for that 1 client. What you're going to see is that only getting 1 client a month over the next year, you just added $22,000 to your annual income. Now, of course, this is in the case of no attrition, right? And as we know, in all businesses, there's a certain level of attrition. And every one of you guys is going to have that a different level based on how you're serving your clients, the types of clients you're gathering. But this is kind of like the first step, is you guys sitting back for a few moments and really looking at what's doable, or what you think you can do, and start projecting some of your business out there. Look, if you only got clients for $200 a month, how much are you adding to your bottom line at the end of the year? Okay. You guys, if you wanted to, you could say, well, I don't even have time to get 1 client a month. I can only get, a client every other month. You could put a 0.5 in there. All that to say is we're in a very lucrative space. We're in a very, very lucrative space. I think many of you guys know that. Okay. So when you guys have the ability to look into the future with your life and say, am I able to suck it up once I learn this skill set, okay, B, learn how to do it at a high level so I can actually get, instead of getting $200 and $400 clients, but getting $1,000 a month clients, okay, what it really takes to walk away from a full-time or even 2 incomes, okay? This is getting 1 client a month at $1,000 per client. And let's just say these are higher level clients, so your overhead goes up, okay? $60,000 or $59,400 in this case, right? This is gathering 1 client a month. Sometimes walking away from your job or going full-time as an entrepreneur is as simple as seeing it in front of you first and understanding, like, wow, if I was willing to spend the time, the effort, and the energy that I'm willing to spend selling it to my boss for, my salary of $5K a month or whatever that salary is, could at the end of the month I scratch out 1 new client once I have this skill set. Now, I'm not a proponent of people walking away from their jobs or their salaries or whatnot, depending on their circumstances, too early. I'm a big proponent of you first learning the skill set, okay, feeling confident in it, sticking to it to the point where you understand what you're talking about, how to do it, what to do it, and so you're in a professional level. When you're still an amateur, you're going to get paid like an amateur, right? You're going to get paid. You're going to screw things up. That's what amateurs do. That's what amateurs don't get paid for fighting, right? The pros do. So I want you to become a professional in what you do, first and foremost. And then once you become professional in what you do, then I think you have the ability to start looking at, wow, over the last 3 months, I've landed 2 clients a month. Well, watch this. This moves to 2 clients a month. Average client, we'll just move it down even. Average $750. You're talking an $85,000 a year income, okay? All I want you guys to see is that it doesn't take that much to be full-time. It doesn't take all that much, and I see so many people getting distracted with so many different things. I see people that stick to this for 2, 3, 4 months, and then they throw in the towel and make up some BS freaking excuse. And I'm saying, like, guys, if you spent and you sold your time to yourself, could you get one client? Could you get 2 clients a month? And then you see the guys and the gals that are killing it that get 4 clients or 5 clients a month, right? And you see what's really possible. I didn't go to college, guys. I lasted 1 year in college. Okay. I got kicked out of the University of Oregon for cheating on a test because I was too lazy to do the history and I wasn't that great of a writer. Okay. I never dreamed that I could have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars without having some slick degree or whatnot. Before I jumped into being an entrepreneur, I didn't know what it was going to take. Right. And then as I got hooked on what we do inside Job Killing, hooked on this skill set and hooked on just how big and how many local businesses are out there, and it's really even past local businesses, as you guys know. Once you have this skill set, you can go into e-commerce, you can go into local, you can go into national deals. Obviously, those do come with more challenges. Local is the low-hanging fruit of this space because most of the small business owners don't have any idea of what to do or how to do it. But when you can see it plain as day, or you have a spouse or you have a business partner that isn't on your side, or they're fighting you tooth and nail, and when you can model out just a little bit of your business and say, look, I don't have any clients now, but I'm just going to get 1 client a month, okay, one $750 client a month, and I'm going to put another $42,000 to the good for my family after expenses, okay? And maybe your expenses are more than that to run this business. Maybe maybe you got to add a lot of influence and backlinks, and your $150 a month over the course of the year is what? How much is that? It's like $1,800 or something. I think $1,800 bucks. Well, yeah, $1,800 bucks. And you spent $1,800 on influence to service this one client. Okay. You're still netting big money. Okay. So this is important. This is important for you guys to take some time and start pre-planning your life, pre-planning this business a little bit closer. A lot of people look at our training and they say, oh, it's expensive, right? It's expensive, okay? There's 2 reasons that I think we charge what we charge to learn this stuff, is because this isn't a skill set that I want someone learning for $100 or $200, okay? When you're gonna turn around and sell this to business owners for $750 a month, or, I've had clients as big as $2,500 a month, okay? $2,500 a month clients. It's crazy that getting just one of those, if you just focus your efforts on one of those, what that does to the bottom line. Okay, that's great. Play with this. It's at jobkilling.info/advanced-income if you guys want to play with this. Okay, so this gives you guys some context, and then what I'm going to move over now that we have an idea of that. This kind of works hand in hand with it. And this is the goal calculator. This kind of works things backwards for you. So this isn't going to annualize stuff, but what is your monthly income goal? Okay. A lot of people say it's $10,000 a month. Okay. So we'll put in 10,000. How much will your average client be worth? Okay. And here I want you guys gotta, if you don't already have clients, then you're going to have to forecast a little bit. If you have clients, then I want you to take those clients and I want you to divide, that average and come up with it. So let's say your average client's $500 a month, okay? Then this is going to tell you straight up, you're going to need 20 clients to get to 10K a month, okay? Does that make sense? You're going to need 20 clients to get to 10K a month, excuse me. I skipped a line for you too. How many prospects will you need to meet with to close 1 client? Okay, I saw someone in the group today that said, Dan, I've talked to 8 people. Okay, I feel like I'm failing. I've talked to 8 people and I just closed this one. So in this scenario, in order to close 1 client, they would need 8 meetings. They just closed their first one today on the 8th one. Okay, so boom, there's that. How many prospects will you meet per day? So this is really important. This is where a lot of people screw things up, right? They don't have any plan. So they go by every day. They get into the learning, but they don't have any actual forethought on how many people they're going to talk to each day. Now, some of us work full-time jobs. Some of us work 2 jobs. Some of us can't meet, even 1 person a day. You need to plug that into this, and you need to say, okay, am I being too lofty with my goals to get to 10K a month? And you need to check yourself on what your goals are based on what your actions are, right? So how many prospects will you meet per day? Let's just say you could only meet with 1 and make 1 offer a day. Okay, takes 8 to close 1. Remember, takes 8 meetings for you in this scenario. Maybe you're really shitty and it takes you 20. takes you 20 meetings to close one, okay? This is going to tell you you need 20 clients to get to 10K at $500 per client, okay? How many prospects? If you only met with one client a day, you would have met with 5 clients this week, okay? And you'll have 1 client at the end of month 1 at these numbers. So people always scratch their head. They're like, dude, how is Corey killing it? I don't get it. How is he killing it? When you go and you reverse engineer his work and you reverse engineer the amount of people he's talking to, you're going to see the numbers pop out, and it's just going to be math, guys. It's just going to be math. And the cool thing about math and the cool thing about getting better is, when you first start out, it may take you 20 meetings to close one. But maybe as you get better, it only takes you 10. And so at the end of the same month, if you do the same amount of work, you got 2 clients and you're making a G a month, okay? So this is going to break out the results of what you put in up here. What's your client value? What's your income goal? How many clients you need to meet with to close one? If you don't know, project it, okay? If you're not closing 1 out of 10, okay, you probably need some work in the sales department. I would really recommend some books, but I'd also recommend just getting out there more times and practicing, okay? And I know for some of you guys that's uncomfortable. Here's the other thing I want you to use with this goal calculator, okay? If you consistently are up at like 20 or 25 meetings and to close one, you may need to be looking at bringing in a salesperson and using this $500 a month in a base salary plus commission type of a gig, okay? And we're going to talk about that in a lot more in 3.0 in the scale section of how you're going to hire your teams out and bring on people as you get going, okay? Okay, but if you're consistently too high and sales just ain't your thing, then you probably need to bring someone in at a later date. But you're probably going to have to suck it up, Buttercup, and get a couple clients to get that cash flow rolling unless you got money that you can float your business with, okay? So let's keep going here. Okay, so this basically saying if you met with 20 clients in 1 month, if you're only able to work with 1 a day, you're going to be $9,000 off your monthly goal target. So if you have this goal of 10K and you can't figure out why you're not getting there, start plugging your numbers into here. Look at last month if you have to and go, okay, how many sit-down meetings or phone call meetings where I actually slid over the paperwork for them and I made an offer for them to do business with me? How many did I do? And is there a direct correlation to my income? And obviously, guys, ding, 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 there will be, okay? But too many of us are scratching our head, Dan, I don't know why I'm not successful. And I get on the phone in these coaching calls, and I'm like, look, how many people did you talk to this month? And they're like, I didn't talk to anyone, or I talked to 1 person. And so this numbers will never lie. Numbers will never lie. So here's the cool thing about this. This is going to build you guys out an action plan. So in order to get to your 10K, right? So the action plan, based on what you put in, I close 1 out of 10. I can only do one meeting a day. The action plan is going to say, listen, you need an additional 18 deals at $500 per month to get to 10K. Okay. So in order for you to do that, based on your close rate of 1 in 10, you close 10%, you're going to need to speak to 9 additional appointments per day. So you're going to have 180 appointments total for the working month in order to hit your goal. Okay. So you need a total of 10 appointments a day. You're only doing 1, and that's why you're $9,000 off your goal. So this is the action plan based on the data that you're giving yourself and putting in here, okay? Oftentimes, guys, too, I'm all about having big monster goals, but I'm also about being realistic in where you guys are at, okay? Goals are a moving target. Goals can go up, okay? And so I talked to someone today, and they told me their goal was an asinine goal. I mean, it's like, it's cool. Yeah, I get it. 10X it, whatever. I get that, right? And you fall short, and it's all gravy. But guys, if you've never made $10,000 a month, let's start with this. This is an exercise for you guys. Start with what your expenses are per month as your first goal. If you can create enough passive income to just kill your expenses, that's a huge win. Think how much that takes off of your stress level when you know, hey, if I didn't even show up to work this month, all my freaking expenses. That's a great goal. So figuring out and taking some time to jot down your expenses, we're going to have some worksheets for you guys in 3.0 that you'll be able to do that stuff. But that's number 1. be realistic with your goals, at least to hit your initial one. When you're getting close, raise your goal, okay? Number 2, start putting in real raw data of what you did, maybe what you did last month, and start being really serious with yourself. Like, are you actually doing the necessary steps to even get close to your goal? Clearly, the person that has the $10,000 goal that can only do 1 meeting or 1 offer a week and they close 1 in 10, they're clearly not doing the steps necessary. They're 90% off in their action. So they got to adjust that stuff, right? The other thing I want you guys to see from this action plan is for the person that is working the full-time job. Okay, you're working, you got kids, you get off work, you're tired, whatever, okay? But maybe from your JOB, you got an extra $1,000 or $1,500 laying around that you blow on stupid crap every month. And maybe the strategy is, well, look, I'm going to hire someone because I can't do any appointments per week. I can't do nothing. I'm too busy. I can't get anything done. I can't meet with business owners. I hate selling, whatever that reason is, right? Maybe you take some of that side income, or you fund your business and you go find that person that can meet with those 10 clients a month, and you strike a deal with them to pay them that $1,500 that you normally were using on stupid crap, and you fund your business with that. And this person, hopefully they close 1 in 10, gets you to your $10,000 goal in the matter of a month. Okay, maybe it'll take longer. Maybe they only get you to 5,000, whatever. But this will allow you guys to plan. And so essentially, when you know how to plan, you're not going to fail because you have a strategy, you have a model to look at, to work off of. And so these are the 2 tools I want you guys working with as you guys learn this skill set, as you guys get smarter in how you're doing this, as you guys become professionals. And I want you guys to really be self-evaluating yourselves month in and month out on, are you really doing the work necessary based on all the data? The numbers will not lie. Based on all the data you know about yourself or that you're projecting for yourself, okay? Now you come in here, guys, and you say, listen, I'm a freaking rock solid closer. I close 33% of the people I talk to. I'll meet with 1 person a day. You know, this just shows you right here why sales, why being good at sales helps, right? But be realistic here. If like I would even say with me, it's going to take me 10 people to meet with to close 1, okay, in this space. I'm going to have 10 conversations. I want to be realistic. I want to be real conservative with my numbers so that as I'm modeling, specifically if I'm modeling to have like an employee that's doing the work for me, I'm modeling some worst case scenarios. And I'm saying, okay, in order for this to be a real business and to make me $10,000 a month, okay, I got to have freaking 10 appointments a day going on each and every day. And maybe that's 2 employees, or maybe that's 2 people if you can't physically pull that off. Now, again, this is a 5-day work week, so keep that in the back of your mind. But the bottom line, guys, the numbers won't lie. So these are the tools. This is it looks like some other people posted the tool. Guys, you can use this. You can literally use this goal calculator for anything you're doing. It works incredibly well for what we do. But you can use it for plenty of other stuff if you want to use it. It's here for you guys to plan your future. Too many of us, including myself, when I would start businesses or come up with great ideas, I would literally, pie in the sky it. And I never really broke down what exactly the daily work was to get there. It's really simple, guys, to do the math. Hey, if I get 10 clients paying me $1,000 a month, I have $10,000. That's super simple, the getting of the clients and the envisioning that. But the actual data of the action plan to do it, that's a whole different ballgame. That's something I didn't do for so long. I got really good at it when we started Job Killing, and I started looking at how many people a day I need to talk to in order to, make a sale. And that's when I started getting really into these numbers, because when I scaled from 100 to 1 million a month, it was just math. It was just simply like I have to do more conversations every day. And that's the same thing that's true with you guys, with what we're training you guys in Job Killing. Whether you're selling websites, web design, you can do that with web design. Look, this doesn't have to be just lead gen sites. This could be SEO as a service. This could be one-time fees, guys. If you wanted to start over every month and just bring in $10,000, maybe this is a one-time fee. Okay, the client's worth one time $1,000, right? And yeah, you got to start over every month. That's why I love reoccurring revenues, because I don't really want to start over every month, but everything changes, right? So guys, use this stuff, jobkilling.info/goal-calculator. Scott, thank you for posting that. You guys can mess with this, have fun with it. Let's see here. Let me see if there's some questions. Okay, on the action plan, is there also a line item that subtracts for the expenses incurred per client? Well, this is, Dave, there's not, but this isn't really, you can do that on the other calculator if you want to come up with your net, but this is really more designed for this action plan. Okay, this is really designed for you to self-evaluate in order to get to your top line revenue number that you're looking for. How many people do you need to talk to? What's your close percentage? Those types of things. It's not to give you a net number. If you need a net number, you can come over to here. You can figure out your net number and figure out, hey, if I landed just one of those clients per month or two of those clients, whatever that's telling you, and it cost me $250 per month, and I charge them $1,000. Okay, if that's my model, then this is what I'm gonna have $50K at the end of the year. Okay, that's where you can use this advanced income. Again, this does not account for attrition. That's like an impossibility. We're working on that to try to bring you that, but it's very difficult to put that in and figure out attrition rates and whatnot. But listen, it's a start for many of you guys. Many of you guys have never pre-planned anything as it pertains to your business. This is a start to get you guys in the zone of self-evaluating yourself, really identifying, are you doing the steps necessary to get even close to your goals? Okay. Where are you falling short? Okay. Let me just tell you guys real quick. The secret isn't in citations and backlinks and Weebly. Okay. That's not the secret, guys. The secret's in knowing your numbers in any business. It's really simple. You go to sell a business. Okay. You go to buy a business. Okay. Everything else is inconsequential. Sure, you have to know how to do it and you have to learn it. You have to be able to, deliver. But we could be selling tiddlywinks. Okay. And if the numbers said, hey, every tiddlywink that we sell, we make $100. Okay. And out of every 10 clients, we sell one, but we're going to talk to 100 clients a day. Okay. Because we got a lot of tiddlywink leads. Okay. This is going to tell you same thing. Okay. You need an additional 40 appointments a day or 40 people to talk to today to get to your $10,000 goal in sales. You can use it for anything. Okay. All right, guys. Couple different things. Thursday, there will not be a call. This is a short call because I know a lot of you guys want to jump in and mess around, start working on your goals. Thursday, there will be no call. In the States, it's Thanksgiving. I want to wish you guys all a happy Thanksgiving. I really appreciate you guys. I'm working really hard on 3.0 to bring you a ton of cool tools, as well as ways for you guys to pre-plan your guys' business and be smarter all the way around. Again, appreciate the heck out of you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. And we will see you guys next Tuesday.